and then they've kind of gone away. So I'm curious to see what the National Weather Service is thinking about this. There have been no reports of downed trees or power lines yet with this thunderstorm. However, it looks like there are so many lightning strikes that's actually caused some damage. I am seeing one report. This is from Burlington in Hartford County. At 3:40, trees and wires down on Smith Lane at the intersection of Route 4. That's the only thing that we are hearing so far from the National Weather Service. So a tornado warning continues for northern Hartford County. And looking kind of behind the scenes, the area of rotation that was previously the reason that a tornado warning was issued is not as strong as it was a little bit earlier. So this is the area that's of concern. It's going to be right around Windsor locks. I'm going to put a stop on it right now and show you the velocity mode to give you an idea of where we're keeping an eye on this. On one side of this storm, we have winds that are 28 miles per hour. On the other side, we have winds that are 34 miles per hour. So the winds are blowing in different direction, close enough together that the National Weather Service is concerned that we are seeing some rotation here in between. So this would be roughly the area that we'd be concerned with a possible tornado on the ground. So this is going to be near East Windsor Junior High School, near South Elementary School, near Oliver Ellsworth Elementary School. And again, this is moving to the northeast, and I'm going to put another track on it for you. This is another radar, and it kind of really shows you where that tight couplet is located. Again, right near Newberry Road. And again, showing you that same area near South Elementary School, near East Windsor Junior High School. If there is a tornado on the ground, this would be where it was located. And again, I'm going to put a track on it for you, as I mentioned before, because it is moving to the northeast, and it would be heading towards Summers at about 4:14. So also within the warned area, we have Enfield, we have East Windsor, we have Summers, and we have Stafford if the storm holds together at that point. Now, the Storm Prediction Center did highlight this area in being at a slight risk of seeing a tornado today. So it's been something that we've kind of wanted to keep an eye on. You know, we kind of hoped that this threat wouldn't come together for today, but unfortunately, it looks like it did. Now, there's no word yet on whether or not a tornado has actually reached the ground. So that's going to be something that we're going to watch here moving forward, because we'll get a lot of reports in. I think I've got my technology kind of back up and running again. So I just wanted to make sure that I give you a tour of everything else that's going on in this state. But if you are in Hartford County, if you are in northern Tolland County, you want to make sure that you're in your safe place. If you are just tuning in, the safest place that you can be is going to be in a basement. If you don't have a basement, you want to get into an interior room on the lowest level of your home and away from any windows or doors. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. And this tornado warning is for a storm that is in Windsor locks and East Windsor. This is the one that we're watching closely. Right now, it looks like I would rather focus right on that Windsor locks, East Windsor border. So I'm going to go back and show that to you one more time. So we're going to switch over to velocity mode. This is the area that's of concern right now. And I'm going to zoom in again and give you a closer look at some of the street names in case you're at home and you're watching and you're wondering, does this include where I live? So this is near South Elementary School. This is near Prospect Hill Park. And this is near East Windsor Junior High School. So these are all the areas that are of concern right now for a tornado, either on the ground or one could form at any moment here moving forward. This storm is moving to the northeast, so if you're in Summers, if you're in Stafford, you are included in this tornado warning. If you live farther south, and I'm going to look and kind of widen out the picture here, I want to make sure I'm not neglecting any of the other storms that are in the state, because sometimes when you're doing that, something else can kind of pop up and really catch you off guard. So I want to make sure that we are monitoring everything that is ongoing in the state so nothing does that. The other storms that we are watching in this state, there's another one. I'm going to switch over to the Boston radar. We're also covered by 3 different radars in Connecticut, so sometimes we have to switch back and forth between Albany, between Boston, and between OKX. So quickly, get tornado warning for northern Hartford and Tolland counties. We also do have a severe thunderstorm warning. That's in effect for Windham County. These thunderstorms do have the capability of producing damaging winds in excess of about 60 miles per hour, and maybe even some large hail, although they're not nearly as concerning, clearly, as what we're seeing in other parts of the state. Let me zoom out again. I need to change one setting here really quickly before moving forward so my touchscreen works a little bit better for you. But we do have a severe thunderstorm warning that's also in effect for Windham County, all set now, and that's going to be in effect until 4:30. We also have a severe thunderstorm warning that's in effect for Hartford County, south of the tornado warned storm. So let's get a closer look at that as well. That extends from Bloomfield down through Avon, just west of West Hartford, Plainville, Farmington, all included in that, and the same is true for Waterbury and for Woodbury. Let's check back in though on our tornado warning, because that's obviously the most important storm right now, of the storm that could do the most damage. A tornado warning is issued whenever there's either enough rotation on the radar or a tornado has been spotted. In this case, it was issued because there's rotation on the radar, and we are still seeing that right now. So let's take a closer look here. And again, this is around the area of East Windsor and Windsor locks. So taking a closer look at that here on my kind of behind the scenes tools, because I can see everything at once. It makes it a little bit easier for me to take everything in. And yep, that's what we're seeing here. The rotation is not as clearly defined as it was a few scans ago. But again, if you are in this area, you obviously want to make sure that you're in your safe place. This is near Tromley Road in East Windsor. This is also near Warehouse Park, if you're familiar with that area, where the red and the green are together. This is the area of the greatest concern. I would also make sure, again, up around Windsor Locks, Bradley International Airport, I'm sure there's probably some backups that are ongoing there as well. I am hearing some updates from the National Weather Service. Let's see. They've just issued a new, they've canceled the severe thunderstorm warning in Tolland County. That's the newest update that just came in here. So we have nothing new regarding the tornado warning, meaning that no tornado has been spotted at this point. Not that it matters. Here in Connecticut, we rarely ever see tornadoes because most of the time they're rain wrapped, meaning you're not going to see them in the distance because there's, you know, in the Midwest, everything's flat. First of all, we have very mountainous terrain here in Connecticut, lots of trees, lots of elevation. But also we have a lot of rain with the storms that have rotation here, so you can't really see them from a distance like you can in other parts of the country. So this is the area of greatest concern right now around East Windsor and Windsor Locks. Time to take cover is now. If you're in Summers, the storm is heading in your direction. We're also seeing very heavy rainfall now moving into Hartford, moving into Newington and New Britain, and not to mention that, but we are also seeing just a ton of cloud to ground lightning strikes on top of that. So much lightning that it's likely even able to do some damage there just by itself. Last week, or I should say earlier this week, it was on Tuesday, we saw lightning strike a home. 234 lightning strikes just within the last 15 minutes with this storm alone. So I'm sure that it is definitely a a little bit nerve-wracking, probably shaking the home a little bit. Maybe that you have a pet or a kid, or you personally get nervous every time thunderstorms happen. This is one of those thunderstorms that really is worth being nervous about, again, because it does have a tornado warning associated with it. We're going to continue to keep a close eye on this, but you guys in the desk, you guys have some information? Are you hearing anything about damage reports?
Yeah, Rach, obviously when a tornado warning comes on, Rachel comes on and talks nonstop just to keep everybody safe. But we do have team coverage right now. No damage reports right now, Rach, but we have live team coverage. Thanks for joining us here at 4. Ben Goldman alongside Carmen Chow. Fox 61's DeAndrea Turner live in Hartford right now in the storm tracker. DeAndrea, can you hear us? And we hear that you're heading toward East Windsor. Is that right?
Yeah, you guys, we are actually, I'll show you where we're going. You can see we're headed towards East Windsor right now, and you can see the raindrops on our windshield. The rain is starting to come down as we're heading north towards East Windsor on I-91. I would like to say just 5 minutes ago it was calm before the storm, but we have to put on our windshield wipers right now because we're going straight into the storm. There's been a little bit of thunder, a lot of lightning, and even some of the wind has blown our way as well. But we have heard that there's a tree down in East Windsor, and that's where we're headed to see if there's more damage.
All right, DeAndrea, thank you. We'll take it back here inside studio. Obviously, DeAndrea heading to East Windsor, where, as we've been seeing on the radar.
Yeah, you can start to see some of that rain coming down right now.
Is where the heaviest of areas are. We want to take a live look around the state here. We have some different cameras looking around at this inclement weather outside. If we could pull those up and take a look. I think we have a live look at Hartford. Is that right? That's Trumbull. Okay, so a totally different part of the state. But obviously, you're seeing that inclement weather coming down as well. Rachel, is Rachel's mic open? We can even bring Rachel in here. Rach, where is this right now in Trumbull on the radar? Is there a red area, or is that mostly just green and yellow, Rach?
Seeing some green and yellow there right now, so we definitely have areas that are getting it more intense.
And what else do we have a live look at, guys?
I'm also seeing now that there's a report around Windsor Locks. Route 159 is closed at River Road because of a tree down in the roadway. Also a report on Sherman. This is from Route 39. It's closed at Briarwood because of a tree down in wires. And Burlington, I previously mentioned this one, I believe. Route 4 is closed at Smith Lane because of wires down in the roadway. Again, a tornado warning remains in effect right now. It looks like the area of rotation, I'm going to keep looking at it. It looks like it's actually out of the warned area right now. So I'm going to switch over to velocity mode and give you guys a closer look. This is the area that we're going to keep watching here for you. And you can see that the colors change as you switch over from one radar to a different one. But it's right around East Windsor. This is still the area of greatest concern here, where we're watching that rotation within a thunderstorm, possible tornado on the ground. One may have touched down already. I haven't heard any reports of widespread damage or any sightings just yet, but if you're in the area of East Windsor Middle School, again, this is the area that's of greatest concern right now, with rotation on the radar that was enough for the National Weather Service to go ahead and issue a tornado warning. We're also watching the other thunderstorms that are in the state right now, and we're really not seeing any other rotation within those thunderstorms. Thank goodness, because one tornado warning is enough for the day. But I wanted to show you there is another thunderstorm that's definitely concerning here. It's around Brooklyn right now, in the area of Bush Hill District. This is a storm that is of concern. It's also producing some hail too, likely. Let's switch over to hail mode and show you that as well. And this storm is capable of producing, it's going to say something big here, probably like $half size hail in the area that's shaded in yellow. It says over the size of 3/4 of an inch. So that's really impressive there as well. And again, that is located in the area of Hampton. If we widen it out, you'll also see the thunderstorms that are in Tolland County are capable of producing hail that have just gone into Eastford and Ashford. And then obviously the main event, the thunderstorm thunderstorm that has prompted the National Weather Service to issue a tornado warning. That also has the ability to produce some big time hail as well. And we have had reports of hail already so far today. Tornado warning continues. Let's see, we're getting an update in from the National Weather Service every time we hear that sound. Yay! This is good news. It looks like the National Weather Service has canceled the tornado warning. What I want to do is just go ahead and read their latest update in. They said the tornado warning for northwestern Tolland County, northeastern Hartford, and southeastern Hampton counties, which is in Massachusetts, is canceled. The tornado threat has diminished, but locally damaging winds are still possible, and a severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect for the area. So far, we have not heard any widespread reports of damage, but sometimes it takes a minute. Sometimes it takes a minute for people to get their reports in. They've been in their safe place. People have been in their basement, and they need a minute to kind of emerge and take stock of what's going on around them. We are still seeing numerous severe thunderstorms, though, and some of them have now developed into a line. So we have a severe thunderstorm warning that remains in effect for Hartford County until 4:45. This storm that previously had a tornado warning associated with it is now moving into Somers and Ellington and Vernon. And if we continue on this track farther south, Manchester, you guys are about to get it. Glastonbury had a round, and Rocky Hill had a round of showers and thunderstorms earlier. And now you have another batch coming your way. Although on the southern end of this line, it is no longer severe. Wolcott and Waterbury also dealing with heavy rain and thunder. And that's going to be moving into Cheshire and Southington here momentarily. Naugatuck also about to get a shower or thunderstorm. The other area that we're watching that has a severe thunderstorm associated with it is in Windham County. And I'm going to take a closer look at this storm. Brooklyn, Killingly. This has the ability to produce some hail and also winds in excess of 60 miles per hour. So this is definitely a storm that is strong and that needs to be watched closely as well. And that's going to head into Danielson. At least the worst part of it will be heading into Danielson and Killingly. You're already getting some rain if you're in that part of the state, but just know that things will intensify and get worse before they end up getting better. And that severe thunderstorm warning for Windham County continues until 4:30. There's also a flash flood warning that's in effect for parts of Hartford and Tolland counties. And the reason why is because a lot of rainfall has come down over a relatively short period of time. The radar is estimating 3 inches of rain have fallen around Windsor locks. The radar is estimating 2.5 inches of rain have fallen around Burlington, which are pretty impressive estimated rainfall totals. It's never going to be perfect when you're looking at radar estimated rainfall totals because sometimes it sees hail or hail that's covered in water and it thinks that that is rain, but it's really hail that's showing up quite brightly. So let's take a closer look at some of the areas that are getting it the worst right now. And this is in Somers and Ellington, Pierce Memorial Park, South Windsor State Wildlife Area, really getting some heavy rainfall right now. Vernon Middle School, you guys are about to get in on some of those heavier rainfall amounts. And what I want to do now is see if we can time this out for you a little bit here moving forward. And it looks like this storm will be moving into Cromwell at about 4:25, Coventry at 4:35, Storrs at 4:37, and Ashford at 4:42. This line of showers and thunderstorms coming through. Let me go ahead and look at local storm reports and see what we've seen so far. It looks like we've already talked about the damage that has happened in Burlington a couple of times earlier. It looks like there's also been some damage in Trumbull from earlier. This was as of 3:09. A large branch fell on a car on Stephanie Circle. And I'm going to pivot down a little bit further. Anything else? That's it so far for storm damage that has come in per the National Weather Service. But as I said, people are just kind of getting out from their safe places, from their basements in Hartford County, in Tolland County, and they may need to kind of take stock of whatever has happened. So we still have multiple severe thunderstorm warnings that are in effect. couple for Hartford County and Tolland County in effect until 4:45 for damaging winds. Heavy rainfall that's able to cause flash flooding just because the ground is still so dry. We are in a drought right now. We continue to be in a drought. And even in urban areas too, where drought or no drought, it's just way too much rain over a short period of time. And also northeastern Connecticut, we are continuing to deal with a severe thunderstorm warning as well. This storm in Killingly, or heading into Killingly from Brooklyn, also looking concerning with a little bit of rotation associated with it. So this is going to be the next one to keep an eye on. Not enough to produce a tornado at the moment, thank goodness, but at least worth watching here. And also, in addition to all of this, we could see more activity here moving forward. A severe thunderstorm watch continues until 8 o'clock tonight. We're going to continue to closely monitor the radar. We have so much more coming up on the news at 4. Stay with us.